Welcome back into StoveTop-Garage. Tonight we're going to be making a meatloaf. Over here on this side we have our basic ingredients of ground beef, breadcrumbs, eggs, onion, pepper, Worcestershire sauce, garlic, and salt. And over here we have the variables. We have some mixed vegetables, we have some green chilies, smoked paprika, and some parsley. And I say variables because these don't always go in. These here are just every time that we make a meatloaf, you're going to find these in it. Various different amounts depending on the mood and the flavor. And so they're, in the old days, they used various different items to stretch meat further than what was available. So whatever else you added was based on what you had available to you. So this may end up being it. We may add some more things later. It just depends. So let's get mixing. Just as soon as I started mixing, I remembered that I forgot the bell pepper. So we got a yellow orange bell pepper here that we're going to add into it. And we forgot our mixed vegetables as well. But that was the rest of the ingredients. We're going to add these others to it. Well, now that we have all of our ingredients in there, which again, they may vary, my meatloaf isn't for everybody. My grandparents grew up during the Great Depression. They were in their teens and 20s during the Great Depression. So they had very creative ways of making things. And one thing that I've learned about cooking is it's essentially like science. It's just a bunch of experiments. Sometimes there's failures and sometimes there's wins. And unless you take that step out of your comfort zone and try something new, you're never going to know if you liked it or not. And so anyway, this one here should turn out really well. And we're going to stick her in the oven for an hour and see what happens. Now for the rub on the top, a lot of people just use mustard, or pardon me, a lot of people just use ketchup. But I happen to like to mix the two of them together. So I'm going to mix a little bit of mustard and a little ketchup to go on top of the meatloaf after we get a good portion of the way through our cooking time. But I like a steak that's marinated in mustard every once in a while, and a good mustard chicken is a tasty treat once in a while too. So we just mix a little bit of each on top, and then we'll spread this on top of the meatloaf when it's done. A little bit more ketchup. There we go. About halfway through our cooking time, we'll add this, and then we'll get a glaze on top of the meatloaf. We'll set this aside and we'll wait for another probably half hour. All right, we're at our last 10 minutes. Well, I guess this isn't gonna work so well. Be right back. Now it's glazed, and we're gonna put it back in for about 10 minutes. Let that brown, let that glaze. Well, that is about an hour and 10 minutes. And it looks plenty done to me. Let's give it a see what the internal temperature is here. Oh, we're plenty done. 160, 180, 190. What is it gonna make it to 190? Yeah, we're well past well done. So everything's good and cooked in there. Let's cut into it. So it's times like this that I wish I would have measured out everything. That way I could actually duplicate this, because this turned out to be just amazingly zesty, and it's going to be delicious. Again, we like things a little spicy at our house, and this one here's at that perfect spice level where it's not hot but it's not bland either. So anyway, we're gonna go enjoy our dinner, and I thank each and every one of you for tuning in to this episode of Stovetop Garage. Thank you very much. See you next time.